Okay, hi, and welcome back to another video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. So I've been home for about, I would say, an hour now. When I came in the house, my sister was here, and her granddaughter was here, and she's telling me that I don't know what the hell she did to her cable, her DisplayPort cable in the back of a computer, but basically stripped out the covering of the DisplayPort cable, and I told her that I'm not buying another one, and I said, you're gonna have to pay for it using your own money because I'm not doing it. Okay, because again, a lot of people raise kids without having any sort of concept of, you know, protecting their own things, right? So if they're constantly breaking stuff, anything you buy for them, they're constantly breaking it, right? They don't know how to take care of stuff, and so she is kind of like that, Whereas you get anything and she breaks it. It's like, because again, they they don't pay attention. They're leave stuff all over the place, what have you, and so I told us that you cannot. This cable cannot be attached to your graphics card. It's not going to happen because you're going to end up messing up the graphics card, causing a short or something like that. And I said, because if your computer is messed up, guess what? Your father going to buy you a new one. Your grandmother going to buy you a new one. Your mother going to buy you a new one. But we know that's not going to happen. At least I know that's not going to happen. And so, but I knew it was, some sort of test or some sort of subliminal message, right? Because you see, it gets to a point where they think that they can manipulate you into doing things for them, okay? And then try to send you subliminal message about accusing you of rape and sexual assault and shit like that. So she's talking about, how she's watching some video about with some Jewish uh, guy who was talking about women don't know men and all this other stuff and blah 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 and men rape and all this other stuff. Okay, so I want you to understand what's going on. Okay, simply because they cannot control me, simply because they cannot bring me back into the fold of the idiotic religious belief system that they have. And I'm sorry, but it is idiotic because if you have to do all of that to try to manipulate somebody into being in your religion, then your religion isn't worth shit to me. And that's the honest truth. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay? And I don't respect your religion because simple fact that you feel that it's okay for you to do that. But I understand the lies because when you believe in lies, you become liars, you become deceivers because that's your holy book. Your holy book is a lie. It's deception. It's hypocrisy. Okay? And so they behave the same way. All right, just as Paul did. All right, this is how Paul lied. All right, this is how Paul deceived. Because if he brings you to Christ, then all is okay with him. Lying, deceiving, stealing, murdering, all this other stuff. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to expose everything that they do. So as I'm continue talking to her, and she's talking about that, I started to explain certain things to her. All right, so she's looking at my jacket, and she's looking down at my shoes, you know, looking down at my crotch, those kind of things, right? But I know what's going on, okay? And so again, like I said, in order to dispel their lies, you have to tell the truth. You have to spread the truth because they're spreading lies, deception, false narrative. Okay, so I started to talk to her about the reality of certain situations, and she's like, yeah, and such because they've been grooming her, to try to, uh, to try to sound as if she's, she's awakened to what's really going on, and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, she's young. She what, 18 years old, 19 years old, right? She don't know crap. When I say she don't know crap, I don't mean as an insult, meaning that, what they told her to say to me was crap. Okay? Again, because of their ignorance. Okay? When you do your research, you become more aware, you become more intelligent. All right? And there's a difference between intelligent and being smart. All right? So I may not be smart in terms of I may not be able to, uh, you know, you know, repeat things in order to study them and to memorize them. Okay, but what I do learn, what I do research, okay, there's little bits and there's not just a little bit, but there's bits and pieces that I keep, and I keep and I will remember from time to time. Okay, so therefore, when I get into certain situation, I'm around certain people, I observe them. I'm aware of who they are. Okay, I'm aware of the language that they use, how they use that language. I'm aware of of, of seeing the deception at hand and combating it. Okay, and so again, one of the theme that they try to label us as target individuals, as whistleblowers, or who they those who they experimented on and try to get away with it, is they like to run the pedophilia theme or the abuser theme or the wife beater theme. For example, at times with the wife beater theme, like if I'm wearing my tank top, okay, they will have like my sister, she's looking down at my shirt, right, my body, right, not my face, you know, and it's usually if I'm wearing a tank top. If I'm wearing like a regular shirt, she won't do it. Like a shirt like this, it won't happen, right? Because again, I remember a few years ago when they were trying to create a narrative, particularly with me and Pam, how she would come in the house and become aggressive towards me, you know, uh, just basically, and I just tell all the time. I said to her, listen, your imaginary dick is not bigger than mine. I have a real dick. You have an imaginary dick, okay? It's only big in your mind, and so, and that would like shut her down, okay? So they're trying to run these themes and trying to use subliminal threats and stuff like that. It's not going to work. First of all, like I said, I'm not like that. Never have been. Never will be. Okay. No matter how much they may try to run their narrative or try to use also the homosexual theme, right? Um, because I know what's going on. Okay, I know what's going on, and they know I know what's going on, and this is why they have to attack me in such a way that they have. Okay, and so when I talk about in the past how they used to use teenagers in terms of my targeting, doing all sorts of things, like when I used to go out to eat, these young teenage girls get out of school, they'll come into if it was a McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever, or Chinese place or what have you, and they would come up in front of me and just literally bend over in front of the table in front of me, well, their whole top half of their body laying on the table, okay, while I'm being microwaved. In order to try to get me to talk to them, they would come up to me and try to ask me questions, stuff like that. And I remember reading another TI who was going through the exact same thing. Okay, now this was after they tried many many times to create this false narrative and failed. Okay, and this is what they will do. And because particularly within the black community, they have a crab in a barrel mentality, right? So if they believe in God, they're highly religious, and you don't, then you shouldn't succeed in life, right? Because then if you do, then you made a deal with the devil, right? This is what they've been told, and this is how they think, and they will use their own children to manipulate you and to manipulate their own children into situations where their children can be hurt and traumatized. Okay? So, again, we understand, those of us who understand what's really going on, particularly these religious fanatics, because they'll tell you that Jesus, you know, come to bring peace, when in the Bible Jesus didn't say that. And they know that, but they tell you that. They tell you that. Okay? Meanwhile, they're operating covertly, creating wars, creating division. Understand how they think. Understand who they are. And they will try to put the worst labeling on you as a TI. Okay? They will try to make you into the very same people who they are. So I said to her, I said, listen, it's a narrative they want to keep putting on black men because of their manipulation. Right? And I had to tell her, I said, go look at the statistics. Right? More black boys are sexually assaulted than black girls. Okay? There are, I said to her, I said, go Google how many states in the United States allow for child marriages. She went, she looked it up. And I said, who do you think the majority of those men are who are marrying children? And she was like, white men. Yes, white evangelical men. Okay? So I said to her, don't let them deceive you. You always go and learn the truth. Okay? Seek out the truth. Not the false deceptive narrative they want to tell you. Okay? Because we all are being deceived. Some more so than others. Right? And so they will use every tactics in the book. They will drug you. They will create false narrative. They will send people to set you up. All this other stuff. And I said to her, as a young woman, you need to be very careful of who you get around. And particularly, you need to understand who men are. Okay? Because, as I said, me as a black man as younger, I didn't even know anything about what a man is, what a man's supposed to be. And you're being raised by women who put religion and their God in front of educating their children properly. Right? Because what they're doing is sending their children out there into the world as young adults, okay, ripe for picking by the white supremacists, by the white racists, who understands how they're being brought up, because they create the condition in which the majority of us are being brought up by single women who don't teach us shit. Don't teach us about who we are as individuals, as young men, young boys, young girls, young women. Okay? And so we as a group is living in blissful ignorance. And I always say, there's no mammal in the animal kingdom that will leave their young, that will not protect their young, but they'll leave their young open to their natural predators. But we as black people, we do that to each other, to our children. So until we understand that, we're never going to get out of this predicament. We're always going to be victimized, manipulated, deceived, used against each other, weaponized against each other, using our environment to destroy us, weaponizing our environment, weaponizing our sexuality, creating drugs to alter our mental state, covert drugging within our community, to alter our brainwave patterns, to dumb us down, to turn us into who they say we are, right? Particularly as black men, right? Hypersexual. Now you see black women exhibiting hypersexual behavior or behaviors. And for those of us who understand, who are awakened to what's really going on, and I told her, I said, if you listen to me, I'm not going to steer you in the wrong way. I will never tell you anything that's going to harm you, anything like that. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Because it's time that we teach our young people the truth. We cannot have our young people going through what we've gone through But the white race is destroying us covertly, using our very own mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, friends against us. We don't have a collective mindset, right? We have a mindset that is created within us that breed individualism, that breed a lot of narcissistic traits and tendencies, and we live in ignorance. Meanwhile, these white supremacists are in the U.S. Congress and Senate, right? Showing us who they are, and while we're busy destroying each other. Like I said, I feel sorry. I don't feel angry when black people talk to me anymore. I feel sorry for us. I really do. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.